different interests.
Yeah.
Yes, they have different.
We dropped into a quaint residence in Van Nuys, California, where Quincy Clemens, a painter, musician, and deep thinker who goes by the moniker Unyenz, and a couple other artist friends hosted a gallery opening. After briefly conversing about and viewing Unyen's prolific art pieces, we made our way to the backyard, further lined with his art, to get a glimpse of what makes him tick and gain some insight into his path as a visual and visionary artist.
I spent a good majority of my quest as far as being an artist goes trying not to have a style. Like a bunch of years, it was like I was just like determined to try everything out and not commit to any style. And after a bunch of years, you look at your style as it's sitting right there looking at you, no matter how many different styles you try. And it's just it. You see it. It's just there. It's just a matter of like doing it enough times. That's the only way you can really find your style, I think. I mean, maybe some people are like blessed with a moment of just like insight where they like, this is my style, and they lock into it. But everyone I've ever known, they have to work really hard to find it. Each question is just something I'm trying to answer artistically until it leads me to the next question. And like these cosmograms are just like the logical progression of the next step. I mean, honestly, I've been thinking about just like now that we're working on these cosmograms and stuff, like the Muslim concept of destroying the image completely has become like more interesting to me. Just the idea of not using images. At the same time, there's always parts of me that I love the image. I love drawing people. I will always love drawing people. One of my favorite things to do is sit and draw people. If I'm in a restaurant, I like to have a cup of coffee and draw people. And you know, like that's just like, I like watching people. I like studying people. I wait tables because when you wait tables, you get a little window into people's lives. And if you're quiet enough and you're patient enough and you figure out how to listen enough, you can really see what kind of people these people are who are sitting at your table. That was third grade, and my friend, this guy Edna Galera, was running for treasurer, and so I drew a sign for him, Pookie, the teddy bear from Garfield, on the sign, Edna for treasurer. I had a sign of Pookie with sunglasses on. And everyone was like, wow, that's amazing, that's so great. And I was like so proud of myself because all my friends were stoked on it. And then I showed my brother what I had done and he was like, yeah, that's all right. It doesn't look like it can move though. I was like, huh? He's like, yeah, your art is all stiff. I was like, huh? And that really affected me, honestly, made me want to actually make my art more. Everything my brother did affected me when I was a kid. So like all the stupid things he would say to me, I'd be like, oh my God, I gotta become better at this because my brother said this. He's a professor at Caltech. He is like a national merit scholar, all that jazz. He like got his PhD by the time he was 25. Like, genius cat. I don't like lines necessarily. I like everything to fall apart. My favorite art is the stuff that like doesn't have cohesiveness almost. Like the only thing holding it together is will. Like Klimt. I like Klimt, but I like his composition. I don't necessarily enjoy all the stuff about him. And then there's Kandinsky and Mondrian. I really like those kind of things just because I'm a huge fan of compositional work. Klee. I like Klee a lot. I didn't think of anything really except for Jesus pretty much all through high school. And someone told, like, so this is the thing about Jesus. If you tell a kid like me about Jesus and you say, all right, so when you die, you're gonna go to heaven and spend eternity in a blissful, wonderful place. Like, I'm like, well, what's the point of being here? Like, all right, like, cool, I got it. Jesus is the way, I got it. So I can die now and I'm gonna go straight to heaven, bow, no problems. So why do I need to study? Why do I need to do this? Why do I need to do anything to improve my lot? Because like, it just seems to me like in the end you're gonna die, and if you're going to heaven and getting like a wonderful reward, then you just gotta help people while you're here. And if you really believe that, if Christians really believe that, I don't think they do, they would go and stand in front of bullets in war zones, and they'd like help little kids who are like suffering from like people beating them, you know? But they got priests raping kids, they got like Christian soldiers like actually killing people. like it's just like hypocrisy of the Jesus thing for me is really hard to deal with sometimes. And so like I love the beginnings for me of the whole Christian thing, like where it brought me from, because I came to understanding the higher understandings through Jesus. Like that was like my method of deciphering the vocabulary, you know, the spiritual vocabulary was the Jesus. And once I started appreciating what mythology was being communicated in different arts. There's if you go downstairs at the Norton Asylum Museum, they have like all these statues from Hinduism, and there's stories to go with each statue, and there's like all these really cool little like things happening with each statue. Multiple hands all holding something different, and I spent a lot of time just like investigating what they all meant and like finding out each thing, and like really just appreciating as an artist why you would communicate it that way, and like how it is then communicated across other like artists' attempts to communicate that same thing. You could look at it then and see like oh, this artist communicated it this way, and then like this artist changed it a bit and he had it like this. And so when you look at it, it's like you don't know who these artists are. They're ancient, you know, but you feel a connection to them still if you like. All you got to do is do a drawing about what they did. Do a drawing about like Kali. Do a painting about like Ganesh. You know, and you have an understanding right there. There's a book I read called The Tao of Physics. That thing really changed the way I see things. I started walking around and seeing just vibrations everywhere. I was like, yo, dude, the whole world is held together by just like willpower. Like basically, all these little atoms like come together just because they decided to. Like, and then like half the time they're there, half the time they're not, and like wherever they are, when like where's the universe when it's not here? You know, like making me think in all these different ways, and that really opened me up to a lot as far as like good books to get and like start you off on like higher understandings, and also somewhat able to still keep logic involved. You know, like a lot of this metaphysical stuff sometimes it just feels like, you know, Star Wars or whatever. You know, like the Force and stuff. You know, like it's cool. Like that's a good way to explain things, but I feel like it's like not a full understanding of what the truth of it is.